Whatever your question is, I'm sure it's a good one because I have no idea.
Welcome to the 4th of July, the day that commemorates the independence of this great nation, and to celebrate all the brave men and women who have fought and died to keep this land free.
Ooh, we can just pull right off here, too.
Okay, we are at the Georgia Veterans Memorial State Park on July 4th, 2012 to see the fireworks.
Alright, here's something really cool on this 4th of July here at the state park outside of Cordele, Georgia.
This is a World War II tank.
Oh.
The Miss Staten Island. In fact, there are a number of World War II tanks and other vehicles sitting out here as part of a museum to commemorate the implements that are used and needed in the fight to keep a land free. Each has its own board with old photographs and brief histories and information about the vehicle.
So what do you think of this?
I love this. I love tanks. I've always had a soft spot for tanks my whole life.
Really?
It's true. There's something really neat about them.
Once indispensable implements in the fight for freedom, they have now long since been succeeded by younger, more modern versions of themselves. They while away the day beneath the southern sun, visited, I'm sure, by thousands of people a year. And I understand what Stacey means, walking around out here viewing these tanks. It truly is an impressive sight.
You've seen the tanks? Now for the really cool part.
But no more impressive than the men who drove them, or the men and women who drive them today. Flying machines. The romance is lost on few. They are indeed magnificent. These, of course, are flying machines of war. And not that I think that war is beautiful or magnificent. But like my friend Hermel said, nations are just like people. Most of us get along just fine. But every now and then a bully comes along, and talking to them does no good. In which case, you have to use force. You really can't look at these planes without feeling something. I look at these planes, and I feel thankful.
Wow, the Boeing B-29A Super Fortress. Perhaps the most famous Super Fortress is the Enola Gay, which dropped the first atomic bomb on the Japanese city of Hiroshima on August 6, 1945, ending the war and saving millions of American lives.
I do not believe that you're allowed to climb inside or on these planes, but these boards show pictures of the cockpit, the interior, and the crew.
I always pictured the Enola Gay as being bigger.
Guess it doesn't take a extremely large plane to drop a nuclear bomb. I've always considered that nuclear bombs would have to be really large, but I guess that's simply not the case. This is beautiful. Nice little side diversion. This is from what we're here for, and that is to see fireworks tonight.
Yay!
9:30, so I hopefully will be shooting fireworks. Most likely setting up a camera aimed generally at the sky so that I don't have to stand here and see the fireworks through a viewfinder. But hopefully we'll both get to see them.
Just a short walk from the planes is the museum itself, and inside, displays of every major conflict the United States has been in. From the War of Independence, to the Indian Wars, to the Civil War, displays show the weapons used and some of the people. World War II, Nazi SS uniform, complete with a skull. There's World War II, Vietnam, a Jeep, the Vietnam War, and Desert Storm. A museum of the reminders of the cost paid by our men and women in uniform to make it possible for us to live a peaceful life.
Okay, so we just came out of the museum where there was like cool stuff and nobody really wanted to talk, and can't blame them because they didn't really like have what you would call clearance. They didn't know if they were supposed to or not, so we're just gonna like shoot some stuff and
They didn't have clearance.
well, they're
We're spies.
they're employees of the state, and they didn't know if they would get in trouble for talking. They were kind of like new employees, so you know. So if there's any issue that
Right.
comes out
Like
of
if
this,
somebody calls my work, I'm not allowed to talk to like people from the outside. I'm supposed to
Right.
refer them to like our human resources and our PR people. I understand.
exactly. So if there's any issues, let it be on me. So, but right now, Stacey and I are going to grab some picnic stuff and go down by the lake that's over that way and have some picnic.
The picturesque Lake Blackshear. People from all the surrounding areas have come here today to celebrate this Independence Day and to watch the fireworks tonight. Come to swim, to boat, to cook out, and just generally enjoy the afternoon. Panoramic views surround you in every direction.
It's very nice out here, except for the gnats. The gnats are murderous, but the place is beautiful.
Stacey and I earlier had driven into Cordele, fully intending to shoot something. But upon arrival, we found that there really wasn't much to shoot. It's a sleepy town, and the downtown area, though nice, everything was closed. Cordele does have one important aspect, and that is, it is the beginning, or end, depending on your perspective, of a short line rail. You can ride the train, and I believe enjoy a meal, but I'm sure that it is a very nice trip. But that is another day trip. Back at Lake Blackshear, people are still gearing up for 4th of July celebrations. But there is one thing about Lake Blackshear: the gnats.
Yummy beer picnic.
If ever a species should be wiped out, it's gnats. So, Stacey, what you doing sitting here?
I'm reading a book and snacking and relaxing.
And wearing a mosquito helmet.
It's nice to be out in nature though, really.
Spanish moss hangs from the trees amidst the smoke of cookouts. It's beautiful.
Okay, so it's 8:52. Showtime is at 9:30. We're done with our picnic.
A look across the lake to the entrance driveway showed cars coming in. In the fading light of day, hundreds more were coming. A path leads along the shoreline of the lake, and Stacey and I took it. It would lead us to where they would be launching the fireworks. Off to the right, you could see the lake through the trees, and it looked like something straight out of a Huckleberry Finn novel.
Towards the marina because the fireworks are going to go off over from a boat on the water. And now we're in an area where there's lots of people.
It was getting increasingly darker and harder to shoot. Using any kind of lighting was pointless because the scope was just too broad. But I was amazed and I was heartwarmed at the sheer number of people who had turned out to celebrate this Independence Day. Members of the brotherhood known as Americans.
It's kind of gotten pointless to try to shoot anything, so I'm going to shut down until the fireworks start.
Smaller displays of patriotism explode in the air over boats which fill the lake.
4th of July on Lake Blackshear. It really doesn't get much more peaceful than this.
Okay, Brian, tell the camera what we're doing.
We are moving back behind the black fence because, unbeknownst to us,
We're in the blast zone.
we are in the blast zone. And there's like 8 minutes to showtime.
Okay, so we had to move. We were in a lovely spot.
We wondered why there was no one on the grassy knoll.
Brian's exact words were, "Why is this grassy knoll not full of people?"
Reason is because that is ground zero.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light, I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleam, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, whose broad stripes and bright stars, through the perilous fight, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Of the ramparts we hail, for so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof to the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Like
beautiful.
Never get so close to fireworks in my life.
I would have thought this was the transport when I thought about it.